Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, like always, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth. So, brothers Uriah Allah down here at the GMS Virginia camp, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And pretty much, I just wanted to do a quick lesson, before heading into work, concerning, this truth, all right? And the reason me and the spirit gave me to do this lesson, I was watching the Elder Manata Zatbah, and he was going into, about these TikTokers and then the Karen and so on and so forth. And the beautiful thing about it is that these people really can't get it. They can't understand the gospel. When you read in the book of 2 Corinthians, it speaks about if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And these people, man, these Babylonians, everyone who doesn't have, this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding, or the true names of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, they're lost, man, And all they are is just fuel to the fire, collateral damage, right? Just a vainless life that's getting ready to perish and partake of the second death or the judgments that the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to bring to Babylon the Great, known as AKA America, man. All right. And I just wanted to, pretty much touch on the simple fact that if you have this truth, if you have the true names of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, right, and faith, all right, you are part of a beautiful thing, man. This is the best thing in the planet Earth right now. This is the best thing, to be a part of, man, because not everybody has the chance, to have this, and then the ones who do have a chance, not everybody is going to make it. All right, just like the scripture says, many are called, but few are chosen, man. So there is going to be a scarcity of faith. It's going to be a scarcity of men of the Lord, because the Lord is only dealing with a small remnant, man. The Lord is not dealing with the whole world. He's not coming to save the whole world, man. The Lord is only here to coming to save the elect. And I want to read Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, behold, which means to look. It says, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, right, cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Yeah, he said he shall destroy the sinners out of the land out of it, right? And he pretty much make the land desolate. What land is that talking about? That land is talking about Babylon the great city, right? North America, all right? This is the place where it's going to have the most fierce judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring, man, all right? And you people who can't get it, all right, you're going to be a part of that destruction, man, all right? And then notice how it said the sinners thereof out of it, man. You got a lot of people who believe that, that the Lord loves them, that the Lord hates, he just hates the sin. He don't hate the sinner. These niggas is confused, man. These niggas is truly confused, and they don't understand, what the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. And it's going to be a cultural shock, and they essentially have no hope because they didn't prepare. They didn't, trim their lamps like it speaks about in Matthew the 25th chapter, right? They didn't repent or hearken unto the prophets, speaking, to the 2/3 of our people, right? And then these other nations, they never had a chance, right? So with that being said, the Lord is going to destroy all the sinners, man. All the sinners, the ones who sinned against the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the ones who sinned against the nation of Israel, which happens to be what? You other nations that held forward the affliction, that licked our sores, that it speaks about in Luke the 16th chapter, the parable with Lazarus, But continuing on, it says, verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened, and his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Yeah, because it's going to be a dark and gloomy day. Read Joel, the 2nd chapter, man. It's going to be gross, heavy darkness, just like that same darkness during the time of Egypt when the Lord is getting ready to destroy Egypt. There's going to be that same darkness. And it's twofold, because not only is going to be, physically dark, but these people, okay, their minds are going to be darkened because they're not going to have that light, and that light is that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The ones who have the faith, okay, because just reverting back to Matthew the 25th chapter, speaks about trimming your lamps, having the oil, and so on and so forth. What does a lamp do? A lamp, okay, brings forth light, okay, and that light is going to keep us, okay, and that darkness that's about to come to Babylon the Great. And it says, verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, right? So that's a cut. You got people that want to bring out John 3:16. It says, I will punish the world. They go that word world again, right? And it says, and the wicked for their iniquity, right? And what is iniquity? Sin upon sin, because the wicked has constantly sinned and sinned, okay, against the nation of Israel, man. And it says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Yeah, it says a man more precious than fine gold, and that's pretty much the point that I wanted to bring out, because we're going to be known as precious as fine gold, the wedge of Ophir. Why? Because there's not going to be a lot of men that actually believe upon this truth, man. It's 144,000, man, compared to billions of people on this planet Earth, man. And then you still have the 1/3, but man, you just look at that scale, man. That is a small remnant of people, man. 144,000 out of billions, like billions of people, and I believe, I think it's close to like 9 billion or something like that, and counting. So that's a very small number, man. So that lets you know that the Lord is not dealing with numbers. He's only dealing with a small, the elect, the election, the chosen, right? And if you have this, man, hold on to it, man, because this is what's going to keep us. Like it says in Isaiah 33, the 33rd chapter, man, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. This word is going to preserve you, man, right? And that's why I want to get Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, right? And that hour of temptation is going to consist of famine, pestilence, destruction, okay, the mandatory of the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, right? It's going to be crazy times, man. We're living in the most crazy but most exciting times of our life, man. We're going to see these prophecies come to pass and pretty much happen in full effect right before our eyes, man. And it says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah, so everybody's going to be tried in the hour of temptation. Everybody's faith is going to be tested, man, and only the elect is going to receive it. And the elect, they're going to be as precious as that fine gold, man. And what happens when you feel gold? When you get some gold, man, okay, you feel rewarded, you feel blessed, you feel high, you know what I mean? You feel, what's another word? You feel joyful, you know what I mean? When you find some nice, piece of gold, it makes you feel good. Even the purities and the vibration, gold carries a beautiful thing, man, And I don't know too much all about it, but gold is pretty much a beautiful thing to acquire, and we're gonna be like that gold or that diamond in the rough, like the saying goes, man. We're gonna be a diamond in the rough in the days of Jacob's trouble, man, or the days of evil, I should say, man, right? And it says, verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown, right? And it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. I will write upon him the name of my power and the name of the city of my power, which is Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him a new name. Yeah, we're going to have new rankings, right? Because what? Jerusalem, okay, represents what? The kingdom of heaven, which is the people. Okay, the people, okay, known as the Israelites, the elect, they have to be built up first. And after they're built up, okay, and delivered from this nuclear destruction, okay, and beamed up into those chairs, what's going to happen? We're going to be brought down and brought down to this land, and we're going to establish the kingdom of heaven on the planet Earth, man. But what, man? We have to go through persecution, destruction, and so on and so on. We have to be delivered out of those things, okay? And all the prophecies has to come to pass. And then when you go down, I'm going to read verse 20 says, behold, I stand at the door and knock, and if any man hear my voice, open the door, and I will come in to him, and I will sup with him, and he with me. And it says, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even I also overcame, and I am set down with my Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. Yeah, because if we overcome this, if we sup with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we continue to hearken unto the words, okay, via reading this book, listening to lessons, and so on and so forth, we're supping with Yahweh Shai, man. And that's going to enable us to overcome, because this word, okay, is going to be in us, okay? We're going to be filled with the understanding of the Spirit, the wisdom, and the knowledge and understanding, man, of these scriptures. That's what's going to keep us, man, by doing that. And not everybody has that, man. That's what makes it so precious, man, because it was given to us, man. And that's why I want to read this last precept, and I'm going to close out. This is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, who have ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given to you, right? It was given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yeah, them, the whole world, it ain't given to them. It's only given to the elect, the chosen of Israel, the chosen of the Lord, man. You know, so with that, man, just remember, man, that if you have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, okay, you're a part of a great thing, man. You know, and not everybody is blessed to say that, man. You know, so call on your lobby now, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash. Give me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well on sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutations to y'all. Come out there doing the work with truth and sincerity. Until next time, I say, call me Yasharala, Shalom.